Hi, God. Thanks for the shine. Hello, people. I am Alec. Okay, so today is day 6. Okay, it's day 6. It's Friday, day of love. All right, so there was just some fun stories that were just going on today. And, like one of the stories that I just wish to share, and I wish to put it down on this track because, what we're going to do is we're going to show you something. We're going to show you that all people are free to speak. Period. The end, right? And then the reason why that we're going to share this with the people is because there's this man and his name is Ye, right? He goes by the name Ye. And what he was doing yesterday, he was using his voice and then he was sharing pictures and he was sharing images, right? So then he was going on this platform, which is what you would call a corporation, which is what you would call a creature or it's a creature of the government, right? So all corporations are creatures of the government because, the people created constitutions and then the constitutions allow for these corporations to operate in, and they provide goods and services for we the people, right? So Kanye Ye is one of the people, right? He doesn't know this because he keeps acting as if he's a person or something like that, right? So then what had happened is that when he posted this image, that I guess they said, and it was something that would promote violence or something like that. I don't know how a symbol, would be able to promote violence. That's just something that, we could talk about later. But that's why we're going to show you all people are free to speak, right? But we want to show you this image, right? Check this out right here, right? Look at this. Boom. Okay, you see that? Right? You see that little alien thing right there? And then you see that little symbol it has on its chest? Right, that's a star, and then within the star, it has what you would call the Big Dipper, right? But then they would call it the swastika, right? So basically, the Big Dipper. The Big Dipper is a marker that we use in the sky to see where we are in time and space, right? And then when you put them all together, it sort of kind of makes a broken cross, right? But this broken cross, it puts a lot of people in fear, man, because it was a symbol that was used by what they would call a very, very bad man who did some bad things to some people, and then people are just suffering from PTSD from that, right? So now whenever this symbol goes up in anywhere in anyone's face, the people just like, oh my gosh, stop it. They just get fear all in their heart, right? So now when this man put the symbol up, right, which, I just showed you, right? I got this from Infogalactic, and then the name of this group is called Realism, right? And this group right here was formed in 1974, and it's a type of new religious movement, so this symbol has been around for a very long time, right? So we're in the year 2022, and it's December, right? And then the man known as Ye posted this symbol that this is basically the symbol. Shout out to Scott, right? So I got this from Scott Adams because Scott Adams pointed me to this, and he said, yeah, that's a symbol of this group, called the Raelian movement, right, which teaches that life on Earth was scientifically created by a species of extraterrestrials, which they call Elohim. Right, so these people have taken things from the Bible and they say, yeah, they're extraterrestrials. That's where we come from. So then they use the star, and then they use it within the star. Then they use the broken cross, and then the broken cross is what they would call a swastika. And then that swastika puts fear in people's hearts, and then because of that, they took away this man's voice, right? So this is what they did, right? I'm going to show you. Right, so this man was just talking. He was using his voice to communicate with the people, and then he was communicating with the people on a corporate platform called Twitter, right? And then on there, you woke up in the next day, and then I'm going to show you this, right? So check this out. Boom. Okay, look at that right there. You see that? Boom. It says Kanye West account suspended, right? So they suspended this man's account, right? They suspended this man's account because the image that he showed puts fears in people's heart, right? But then basically he was speaking, right? So that's almost like if someone muzzles you, right? So now, this is why we're doing this California Constitution 1849. All people are free to speak, okay? This is coming from Article 1, Declaration of Rights, Section 9 in the California Constitution, right? And then we have to do this because we have to instruct, right? This is our duty and our obligation, right? So when we're wandering around the internet, right, and then we're seeing on the internet, because this story is trending, for some strange reason, Kanye West is trending because of what has happened, because he was having a conversation with some other people, and then they were just talking about, their experiences within the realm, right? And then some people don't like that. They don't like how these people speak, right? So then they were like, you can't speak. Take their voice away, right? So they did this on this one corporate platform, right? Which, again, it's a creature of the people, right? And then this corporate platform thinks that it has the authority to do this. And then we're just going to show you from the Constitution with fundamental principles of law why no corporation has the ability to take away your voice from you, right? It's simple. It's scary simple, right? Okay, so you're going to see on the screen right here, it's going to say California Constitution 1849. So we traveled all the way back in time to 1849 to get these words, man. That's just what's up, okay? Hold on, we're going to take a sip too because you guys are hanging out with us, okay? This is going to be a quick bit too. Okay, so California Constitution 1849, all people are free to speak. Done, period, right? Article 1, Declaration of Rights, Section 9. Okay, let's start this slideshow, man. Okay, boom. Okay, so you're going to see on the next slide, it's going to say God created man, woman, child, the people, done. Okay, you have to remember that is that God created everything, right? And then God created man, woman, child, the people, and then the people created everything else. And then one of the things that the people created were constitutions, right? So we're going to show you some of the fundamental principles, right? So check out these fundamental principles of law, right? Which are called maxims, right? Great words, okay? So here goes maxim 11b. The derivative power cannot be greater than the original from which it is derived, okay? That's a fact, man. So an example of that is like, if a corporate entity goes in and it tells one of the people, you can no longer speak, we will suspend your account, right? Because you said some words or you showed a symbol that we don't like, right? That we think is going to cause hate or harm or violence, right? And then no one knows because we can't read people's minds, man. So that derivative power cannot be greater than the original, right? The original is the people. So Kanye's one of the people, so he's one of the OG powers, and then the derivative power has taken away the power. They broke the law right there. Scary simple, right? Check this one out right here. Maxim 47E, liberty is more favorable than all things. Anything. Doesn't matter what it is. Done. Okay? So we have to be able to hear our words because that's the only thing that we can see. When we want to see what people are thinking, right, we see it with the words that they say and the symbols that they show, right? So that's it, man. That's it. That's why you cannot block any speech, because when you block someone's speech, you block their voice, you block their mind. You don't know what's up. They can't tell you what's up. Then you control them, man. So that's why liberty, which means free, and free means love, right? That's more favorable than anything, all things, man. Period. The end. Okay. Let's keep it going. Here goes Maxim 47G, right? All men are free men or slaves. You're either free man or you're a slave. Period, right? So then, the way that they're acting as if, by taking away someone's voice because of the symbols that they showed, that man is a slave, right? So that's a question that I think Mr. Ye should want to ask, these corporate entities, which he is one of the creators of, right? So he should go and he should ask these corporate entities that are taking away his voice or taking away his property, Is he free or is he a slave? If he's a slave, are they his master, right? He needs to ask them this question, right? Because this man, he claims to be a follower of Christ. He claims to be a Christian, which means that Christ is his master, right? So how is it that these corporate entities, these creatures of Mammon, I was going to say Babylon, right? But these creatures of Babylon are taking away his ability to do things, man. Is he a slave? Yes or no? That's a scary, simple question to ask, right? Here goes another one. Maxim 51Q. A frequent recurrence to fundamental principles and a firm adherence to justice, virtue, and original law are indispensably necessary to preserve the blessings of liberty and good government. That's an American maxim, man. So you got to remember that one right there, man. So that's why we're showing the words right now. How we doing on time? We're okay on time. All right, let's keep it going, right? Let's make this is going to be a quick bit, right? Here we go. The next slide says this: the people are creators and masters of constitutions, period. The end, man. Because God gave man, woman, child, the people, dominion over this whole realm, man. And then we're the creators and we're the masters of all constitutions, period, right? So here goes California Constitution, 1849, Article 1, Section 9, okay? Remember this, right? So this is coming from the Declaration of Rights in California. Every citizen, remember that, every citizen may freely speak, write, and publish his sentiments on all subjects. Repeat, on all subjects, being responsible for the abuse of that right, and no law shall be passed to restrain or abridge the liberty of speech or of the press. Remember that, man. Let's reread that one more time. And no law shall be passed to restrain or abridge the liberty of speech or of the press, man. Remember that, man. So you can't use your corporate policies to block someone's speech, man, okay? And say that, oh, we're trying to protect the people or we're trying to protect our users. You're calling the people users, right? So you're doing some tricky stuff right there, right? So by not calling the people, people, right? Because that's what they are. They're people who use your platform. They're not users. They're people who use your platform, or they're people who use your product. That's it, man. That's either a man or a woman who's using your product. That's it, man. So you can't trick them and call them something else and then slide them outside of the jurisdiction of the people, right? By saying, oh, you're a user, right? Or, oh, you're a person, right? You can't do that, man. It doesn't matter how slick the words that you're putting down. It doesn't matter what your lawyer is chattering in your ear telling you. You can't do that, man. Remember, because the people are the creators, okay? They are the creators of all constitutions, right? So all corporations are just the creatures of them, okay? Let's keep it going. In all criminal prosecutions on indictments for libels, the truth may be given in evidence to the jury, okay? You always get to see a jury. And if it shall appear to the jury that the matter charged as libelous is true and was published with good motives and for justifiable ends, the party shall be acquitted, man. Okay, so did Kanye have a jury of his peers? I don't think so. I just think that did Ye have a jury of his peers? No, I don't think so. I just think that a man who was in charge of the service said, we don't like that. It's breaking our corporate policy. We're going to remove that now. And now your account is suspended, right? So he's treating Ye as if Ye is an employee of his corporation, which he's not. He's just one of the people who happens to use his product, okay? Scary, simple service, right? Let's keep it going. And the jury shall have the right to determine the law and the fact, man. Remember that, man. So that's why we're kind of showing you this little bit right here, because this is what we call like one of our grand juries where we should show you the law, man. All right, let's keep it going. Right. Point of clarity. I'm shouting it out, right? Point of clarity. Question. When did a creature of the people's creation get authority to control the creators? Remember this, okay? You always want to ask yourself this question whenever you're dealing with one of the public servants, right? So any public servant happens to be any entity that falls under the jurisdiction of a constitution, right? So if you're a corporation, that means you fall under the jurisdiction of the Constitution, and then therefore you are the people are your boss, okay? So if you fall under the jurisdiction of any constitution, we the people are your boss, and we have to watch out for you, and we're your creators, okay? It doesn't matter, like how much you got in your venture capitalist funds or anything like that. You're only allowed to function because we created the constitutions that allow you to operate in, man, period, the end. And you're supposed to provide services for we the people, right? And then when you try to trick we the people by calling us outside of our name, like calling us users, right, or calling us persons, right, or calling us whatever it is, not people, not man, not woman, right, we're coming after you, man, because you're trying to deprive. It's what we call deprivation of rights under the color of law, and it's trickery, man. And we know who's showing you that. It's your lawyers, man. So that was the question that we asked. Here's the answer. Never, ever, ever, right? So that's it, man. Thanks for listening. Done. Okay, so we just wanted to put that bit down. We wanted to put that track down, right? Because we wanted to show the people California Constitution, 1849, man. So like we had a lot of men and we had a lot of women leave California because they lacked knowledge, right? Because they didn't know their Declaration of Rights. They didn't know that they're the people. They didn't know that they were a boss, man. We're still watching it happen right now, where all of these so-called technological companies, these corporations who function under the jurisdiction of the Constitution, therefore the people are their boss, right? We're the boss of all of them. They're just going to find out, man. And if they're depriving us of our rights under the color of law, we're going to come back and we're going to spank you, man. We're going to show you. We're going to make you feel some pain. It's going to be with love, because we love all corporations. We love all corporations because you guys are supposed to provide us with goods and services, man. That's just how it's supposed to go. And we just don't think that you guys have been showing us love. So we're going to have to circle back around, and we're going to have to show you guys through notice, through affidavit, fundamental principles of law, and then we're going to see what's up, man. Okay, so that's it. I'm done with this bit. I'm going to put it together. I'm going to upload it. I'm going to see how it flows, and I'm just going to go chill. I'll talk to you guys in the future. Remember, nobody's having more fun than us. Bye.